Welcome, everybody, to the now official Slightly Off podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Will.
And I'm Victoria.
That's you, Chris.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we were going on. All right, so we haven't officially introduced ourselves yet. We did so on the episode number 1, but
maybe eventually
that one
it'll
we
be
kind of
released.
axed.
Yeah.
It might be released, it might not. It's going to be really outdated with personal stories and stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing: is it's one thing to listen to, but it's another thing to watch us look like news anchors and just basically botch the entire thing.
I mean, we had a lovely green screen in the background that would have added so much awesomeness to
You
got to
put the news anchor background behind it then.
Yeah.
We actually did that. I was like, you know what? We need to get this to Jake. Have him throw something back there. You know, like some big cityscape or something. We'll be like, welcome to RT Florida News. This week we have.
I mean, we could put the cityscape of sad Gainesville here.
That's not a cityscape. That would just be the sky.
It's literally one building. Like, oh, hey, there's part of UF there in the background.
Oh
that's kind of cool.
That's what people want to see.
Sadness. All right, so like I said, we haven't officially introduced ourselves. I am Chris Gerard. What I do, I am the social media lead for RT Florida. So essentially what I do is I make bad jokes on Twitter. So if you ever see a bad joke, that's probably me.
Or Victoria.
But if if it's a pun, it's me. But if it's like a joke between different Rooster Teeth community groups or just jibes at people in general, that's Chris. I do puns.
And like occasionally I'll make an informative pose, but I like the joking part. That's always the best part of it.
He's the jokester.
Yeah, and I feel like and it's good, you know, like communication between all the RT communities is really nice, and Chris does a great job of that.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
No, he does a really good job.
He does, but seriously. My name is Will Brewer. I'm one of the admins for RT Florida. Right now, I've mainly been focusing on the Rooster Rumble tournament that a lot of you have been getting messages from me about. So, and then, you know, a little bit of meetup planning with the now North RT Florida meetup scheduled for 2 days from now. So, really looking forward to that. And, Victoria?
And, I'm Victoria Arnett. I am the other admin of the group. And basically what I do is everything else from meetup planning to game night organizations to creating the image content to managing our social media sites. Not so much in the way of posting like Chris does. I'll do informative posting, but I make sure that everything is up to date. I do the weekly updates on our the Rooster Teeth group site. I just make sure everything monitored and is running. I like to joke that everything is put together and it's functioning with super glue and duct tape.
Which is how it should be. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a well-oiled machine.
Hey, we have gotten a lot of compliments from other groups that we're doing very well. We're very active. We're pretty much up there with RTDFW, which is Dallas Fort Worth in Texas. They're very large. They do pretty much weekly podcast watching parties, and they just recently had a field day, which is actually where I got the idea from for us to do it. But Florida is so goddamn hot
and so damn big.
We should also point out that they're in Dallas, so
what a bunch of punks.
Yeah.
But
that's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a testament to, everyone in the RT Florida community, wanting to be active, wanting to go to meetups, wanting to have game nights. It's one thing to plan them, but it's another thing to have everyone participate. So shout outs to everyone in the RT Florida community for being just freaking awesome.
It's like we always say, if not for you guys, we wouldn't exist. So, and it's like,
thank you.
As with any community.
Hashtag blessed.
Oh my gosh. All right, that's enough ass kissing for now. Let's move on. I know Chris wanted to talk about Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Oh,
so
boy.
Why don't you start us off?
Well, I think first, let's just start off. We don't have an official picture yet, nor do we have some awesome theme music yet. So if anybody out there wants to do any of that for us, that'd be great.
Well, hey,
you may or may not win something from me.
That's very vague.
Like a high five.
You winning a
maybe
high five.
hug.
Ooh.
And
Those are rare.
well, it depends.
Depends on who you are.
My friends all hate me for that, but where was I going along with this? Yeah, or I'll give you like $10 to RT ciders or whatever.
I thought you were just gonna say I'll give you $10. Just like I'll shoot you like
Just-
shoot you two
It'll be super
fives.
sketchy
Just,
in an envelope labeled "Do not open."
Do not. What? I'm gonna give you
not
$10, but I don't want you to use it.
Just
an
gift cards.
investment.
That's everything you need. Just hey, if I don't know what to give people, I'm just like, here's a
Universal gift card.
gift card. Here you go.
These guys are a lot more generous than I am. You'd probably get like the spare change in my pocket, not because I don't love you guys, but because I really don't carry anything with me, except maybe like $2 at a time.
No, that's why everything's digital. You just go, oh yeah, no, you're a great person. Hey, what's your username? All right, you're a sponsor now. Like from the house party we just had, I was talking to Meg from the group, and she wasn't a sponsor. I think she was before, and then something happened, and she just like one of those like time things. And I was like, well, remind me Monday, and I'll like send you one. She didn't remind me, but I went on like a few hours later, gave her a Rooster Teeth sponsorship. Out of the goodness of my heart to make up for me being so rude most of the time.
Most of the time. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, having that RT sponsorship is really nice, especially with all the new shows coming out.
I remember, like, when I first became a sponsor, I was like, I did it because I love the company. But at one point, I came across a website. It was, like, rating websites, basically, and it's, like, their services. And it was like, what's the point of being a sponsor on Rooster Teeth? You get absolutely nothing. You're basically paying for a little star. And I was like, as much as I wanted to hate that, that's all it was at the time.
Yeah,
you had a star next to your name. And that was it. That was like maybe 10 years ago. And now
status symbol.
Look at how far it's come.
Oh yeah, especially with like all of the like sponsor only content, like the vlogs and early access to videos and
theater mode.
It was also extremely cheap back then.
Oh yeah,
I think it was like
if you're
not
especially
to
if you're
us, 'cause
grandfathered
we
in
were
too.
poor,
You have that. What is it? It's like $6 for like half a year or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think I'm at like $10 every 6 months.
Yeah, it's something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah,
But,
that's where I'm at now.
Yeah, which is awesome, which is really, really cool. So I'm glad they did that, because as soon as I saw they were doing like $15 for every 6 months, I was like, wait, what? Why am I paying more now? But after getting my recent bill, I was like, oh, sweet. They were kind enough to, I guess now that's like considered like a discounted sponsorship.
But let's be honest, even if it was like if you had to pay $15 every 6 months,
Oh, I would totally
you
pay it.
still would.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. So, Chris, why don't you tell me what you have written down here?
So remember how 2 weeks ago, it was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
I mentioned about Call of Duty and Battlefield and like that little hissy fit going on.
Which justified hissy fit, which I never thought I would say in my life. But yes.
It's a
It got
justified
worse.
hissy fit.
It got really worse.
It's a thing. It's a thing, Victoria.
So I guess somebody has created a bunch of accounts on YouTube and has now decided that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go dislike Call of Duty. Call of Duty's trailer a hell of a lot.
Well, because it's
Right now-
majority dislike now, isn't it?
Yeah.
By a bunch.
Okay,
like
so-
I looked at it this morning, I think, and it was I'm looking it up right now to get the official count if you don't have it.
So I got the numbers right here.
All right.
It has 23.5 million views. Only 388,000 of those are likes. There are over 2 million dislikes. 2 million dislikes on this video.
Yeah.
That's
So that
crazy.
means 1 out of every 12 views is being disliked. It was worse earlier in this week, where it was about 1 out of 9, 1 out of 10 views was a dislike. And 1 out of every 61 views is a like.
That's really unfortunate.
That's some math right there.
Yeah. All right, so now let's go to Battlefield's number. It has 32.5 million views. This thing has been out for a week less. 1 out of every 32 to 33 views is a like. And then 1 out of every 1,121 views is a dislike.
That's crazy.
It has 1 million likes and 29,000 dislikes. And this was about 2:00 today.
So you basically like, if you like, so if you look at that ratio, that just means like,
Yeah. If you're getting a like or like a like
it's
view
less
out
than
of
10% of all the likes or dislikes are likes, and over 90%
Yeah, I had the number.
are dislikes. I mean, that doesn't speak well
No,
for your
it's
game. And
awful.
granted, it's a trailer. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Well, and then that brings me to the thing that by this point, so many people are probably just disliking it because it's like the new meme. It's the Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty trailer. It's got 2 million dislikes. Let's keep it going.
Oh yeah.
Let's keep that dislike train a rolling.
It's so funny. It's like, it's almost, you can like see the hypocrisy in that too, because like, every single person who disliked that video is gonna buy a copy of that game.
Oh, and that's how it's gone for
now?
the past 4 games or something, where people are just like, it's terrible. They've been doing the same thing, or just like they're racking on it the entire time.
Yeah,
but they
bitch about the
still
whole game.
sell such high quantities.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this game looks so dumb, but I'm probably gonna buy it anyway. And then they start playing, and they're like, oh, this is actually pretty fun. And you're like, you are such a jackass.
All right, so let's update that dislike. It's at 2,445.
I think you mean 2,443,000.
Yeah, it's at 2 million.
2.5 million.
2.5 million.
There you go.
That's good
Numbers.
Numbers. I don't want to do the math for that, but
So,
that's ridiculous. It's up there as one of the top disliked videos ever. I think it's up there with Gundam Style, and I think one of Justin Bieber's songs. Baby.
Victoria has a great point, though, because now it's like the thing is to go find the Call of Duty trailer and dislike it. I feel like that's the popular thing to do now. But, I mean, like, TLDR, people like Battlefield, people aren't liking Call of Duty based on a trailer. So,
but I think that's just like a bunch of Battlefield fanboys who are like trolling over and going on down to YouTube and disliking it. I said, I'm pretty sure there have been fake accounts made to just dislike that video. There's no way there hasn't been.
Yeah, there's got to be a whole Reddit thread about like, here's the procedure for making an account, disliking the video. Go do it with 6 hours of your time and see how many dislikes you can get.
And repeat.
Rinse, repeat.
Do it once a day for a month. We'll see what we get to.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Like,
well, I think Battlefield 1 looks the engine footage looks great. The trailer, the whole idea about it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I might actually pick this game up.
Yeah, and that's what it looks like, especially for Battlefield 1. What I'm still deciding on for Call of Duty is, do we know if that footage was CGI or in-game engine?
I think it's in-game. Usually they post a lot of in-game.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in the footage. I didn't see any news about it as to what it actually was. So that's my deciding factor. If that's how the game is actually going to look while you're playing it, it looks like actual gameplay from like 5 years ago. Maybe not 5, maybe like 3. It looks like they didn't take a step forward at all. And if that's the case, if that's, how it's going to look, I just can't get behind that because they didn't move forward at all.
Well, I mean, that's what people were messing with them about 2 weeks ago whenever they posted the trailer. Like, LOL, is this from 10 years ago?
But that's the thing. If you come out, it's what it's kind of known as now when it comes to video games. When you come out with a new one that's going to be the next iteration in your series, it's supposed to be bigger and better.
Those trees look
this
really
looks
rough.
bigger, especially because it has over 2 million dislikes. Obviously bigger.
Yeah, we're
As
watching
for
the
better,
trailer right now.
Yeah, I watched.
And,
as for better, I have no idea yet. Maybe when they do additional videos, trailers. I can't say for it right now, but hey, Battlefield 1, yeah, all for it, sure.
Yeah, Battlefield 1
beautiful.
Definitely looks awesome.
Looks
especially
great.
because I feel like we're long
More
overdue
horses.
for a throwback game. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, it's not even a throwback game. It's World War One. I don't think I don't think there has been that many games that were World War One. They're all based on
World War II.
Yeah,
Not
World
as
War II.
there's probably a few that are World War One, but probably not.
what I'm
as many.
saying is that we're moving back to an older war where you're not like, oh, I can now jump and run across a wall and I have an automatic machine gun and I have all these crazy perks. It's like you're going back to a time where it's like, you have a few shots and you're gonna have to reload and you don't have all these like crazy running around cityscapes, and I don't know. I feel like it's just you have less to work with, so you need to be more creative.
Well, and that's what
with how
they
you
did with
create
in
battle
Battlefield
scenarios.
1. One of the things that I know they talked about in their presentation was the controls for the different tanks, because that's when tanks were first coming out and everything, and so they weren't kind of uniform yet. So the controls are different for every single tank you go in. You have to relearn it every time you get in and out of a different tank. So that kind of leads to the creativity of how you play Battlefield 1 when it comes out.
Right.
Which
Yeah,
I think
I'm
is, I
excited
don't know
about
if any game has done that, or, at least, any large games.
No, I don't think so. At least not to my knowledge. Yeah, I mean, so we're watching the Call of Duty trailer right now. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. A lot of it does look like, in-game footage, which I feel like you can be a little more lenient with, especially if, maybe the thing is that they have larger areas. Gosh. Yeah.
That's just the joke of that trailer, or that entire game, I guess.
Oh, yeah. For those of you listening along, go to the 2:30 mark of the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer, and you'll see Chappie. You'll see the running, I guess one of many running jokes for this trailer.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, and let me say for this game especially, like, you would say that Call of Duty and Battlefield, their main premise isn't campaign, at least not anymore. May have been when they
No.
first came out, but it is multiplayer now. You would agree with that, correct?
Oh yeah, definitely. Here's the thing though, is like, so when you're dealing with Battlefield, you're dealing with these large, expansive multiplayer maps, right? I'm wondering if Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is going to try and, reach that market that enjoys that. You know what I mean? Maybe that's something that they're going to be trying to do is, create larger maps.
Well, see, what really, I'm confused about it. Call of Duty is only going to come with a base of 10 multiplayer maps. 10! For the
That's
entire
not enough.
multiplayer game. Battlefield 1, 64.
I don't understand how you can release a game like that.
Like, obviously
I
there's
don't
going to
get
be
it.
DLC and things like that, but 10, come on.
God, I hate
That's
DLC.
too small.
And remember, Call of Duty is also the people who started, because usually map packs used to be $10.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty is like, you know what? We're pretty awesome. We'll charge like $5 more. Don't worry about it. You don't need that extra $5.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I feel like it's really early. I think what I'm interested in is seeing what they're going to talk about at E3. It's like
Yes.
what are they going to tell us about Call of Duty that's going to reel everyone back in?
What are they going to clean up from that mess?
Exactly. They realize like, oh, crap.
We need to
people
fix
are
this
just
fast.
destroying us right now. What do we need to do? I mean, what do you think they need to do? Do you think they need to announce more maps? Do you think they need to come out with a better trailer? Do you think they need like more gameplay or what?
Honestly, in my opinion, cleaning up the way it looks in the different, I guess you call it the textures, so that I don't know, they just don't look as clean to me. They don't look as high def as they should. If that is the actual, actually, if that's actually, CG work, that's what probably worries me.
Yeah, like your CG work doesn't even look that great.
But, it's one of those things that it's the first trailer released.
Yeah.
It's honestly probably still in the works. I would assume, because usually when first trailers come out, they're still working on it, at least putting on some finishing touches. There's so much you can change and finish in that time.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, too. Looking at the Battlefield 1 trailer, I'm not convinced that any of that was gameplay.
No, they even said it's engine footage.
Engine footage. Did they say that at the beginning?
Yeah,
Or is it?
right at
Okay.
the beginning.
And there's also like little text
yeah,
every
game
now and
engine
then. So
footage.
it might be mixed to where some of it is CG and some of it is engine. Because I know randomly throughout the video for the Battlefield 1 trailer, you get like the opacity text on the bottom that says, this is, example of engine footage.
Right.
See, like that.
So, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't feel comfortable like making any decisions about
Exactly.
either one until we see.
You have your base
gameplay
decision
and-
based on the trailer, not based on, about the trailer, but not so much
That's
the game
it.
itself.
Right. So I don't know. I think we're all just gonna have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
I think some changes are gonna need to be made.
Well, I mean, like, they really need to go back to kind of what started off Call of Duty, which was single player. I think if they create a strong single player experience,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna bring in the most money, but I think it's gonna make those fans, like, instead of trading the game in, they might keep it a little bit because they really enjoyed the campaign. Like,
Yeah.
the original Call of Duty, not the original Call of Duty, but like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 1 was kind of like an amazing single player experience where people just kept it because they really loved like certain levels on there. I know I played, that big mission, that sniper mission for like 6 days straight. It felt like.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel very torn. But I don't know. What do you think, Victoria?
Well, I mean, like, oh, sorry.
Oh, I didn't know you're Victoria.
Hey.
No, honestly, I will say the series does have its merits as of late, like the past whenever it was Black Ops 3. To me, that's when the series kind of started to come to its downfall. Or was it? Yeah, it was Black Ops 3, I think. Or Modern Warfare 3.
I didn't even
can't
make it
remember.
that far. I got
but my point is
number
that
2.
I have stopped playing that series for so long because I just kind of fell off of it because I didn't enjoy it anymore. I didn't enjoy the gameplay so much. It's just one of those things where it kind of I don't even know how to put it into words. It didn't speak to me anymore. Because, there are those games where you play it, it speaks to you, you absolutely love it, and you hold it dear to you.
For sure.
Call of Duty didn't do that to me anymore, so I just let it go.
All right, so the next topic that I want to talk about is Overwatch, specifically the Overwatch Beta.
Yes.
And how, like...
Yes.
Did you even play it?
I did.
He did. He
I
played
didn't
with
know
us.
that.
Actually, yeah, he played with our group like a bunch of times.
Yeah, we played with Victoria. It was you, me,
thanks for the invite.
Sergio. You were never online.
was there.
Yeah, and it was mostly me, you, Sergio. Josh came on once.
Josh was there. Yeah.
Yeah, but none of you invited me though. I don't want to just.
You weren't even
okay,
online.
to
What
be
do you want me
fair,
to do?
this was all like spur of the moment. We all got onto the
Yeah.
beta, and it's like, oh look, these people are on. Let's get in a group.
Granted, making that group was a huge pain in the
Yes,
ass.
it was, which is hopefully something that will be fixed in the beta. That invite button or the join group button did not
doesn't
work.
work.
The accept invite, you don't know whether to press A or Y or N because there is no N button.
Yeah, needless to say, we really.
Oh, you know
hope
the
that
N
that's
button on the
fixed.
X button or the Xbox controller.
Oh my god.
It's actually in a hidden compartment in the back of the controller.
Oh, it's one of
you
the
know that?
paddles
Yeah.
for the Elite controller. That's what it is.
Paddles for the Elite controller. Oh my goodness! But yeah, so that was really awesome. It was, I don't know, man. I feel like that was a game that didn't really resemble any game that I personally have played before.
Leave it up to Blizzard to come up with something so new but so familiar.
Oh yeah.
I think it's funny. Like they created this game, and then it was announced, and then Battleborn was also announced.
Well, that was
people
their biggest
can't get them
competitor
straight.
for this game.
Which, I mean, like, yeah, you recognize a market where you need to have a product, and then you just make something kick-ass and throw it in.
The funny thing is, like, I was playing Battleborn, and then, I had rented it, and then I realized, like, oh, I need to download the Overwatch beta. I downloaded it. I immediately returned Battleborn and just kept playing this beta.
Did you just not enjoy it as much, or?
I didn't. It wasn't enjoyable, and I think it might have been partly because of like the connection problems I was having in Battleborn.
I will say
Yeah.
for if you eventually do decide to pick up Overwatch or you get it from someone, you rent it, it makes a big difference playing by yourself because it is all multiplayer. It's all different, like 3 or 4 different game types where you're playing with random people over the world on teams. Big difference when you play with friends. And as we discovered, like the last
God.
night it was open, when you play with even if you have friends as a group and you're playing on opposite teams, because I know that happened with me when I first joined it happened with Will at one point. It was actually very interesting to play on opposite teams with your friends, because it's fighting against them, but in a not so competitive way. It's more of a ha ha ha, I'm gonna kill you in a game. Feel like I had to add that.
I'm going to kill you game.
Oh my gosh. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. From Victoria, ha ha ha, I'm going to kill you.
In a
Tagline
game.
for
In a
Overwatch.
game.
Hey, I think that's a new T-shirt now. Hey.
So when Chris told me he wanted to talk about Overwatch, the one thing I wanted to ask everyone, and I'm sure Chris is going to know exactly what I'm talking about because I pulled it up on my phone, is how everyone feels about Bastion. Because I feel like the internet is just blowing up with rage about Bastion.
I think when the game
I'm
comes
gonna
out, he's going to get nerfed because it was... Sorry, go ahead.
I think Bastion is a perfect character. I don't think he needs to be nerfed at all.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if people, because I played as Bastion the entire time, and I got a bunch of kills, but you have to be really strategical about where you place your Bastion. Because if I'm running around, I am there. He has.
What was the map with the moving platforms on
it? It was the. That one. Oh, because
it
was like
someone
Tokyo.
set
It was
Bastion up there,
some
and
Tokyo
it was
related one or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would just have Bastion just roll in and just wreck house.
Oh yeah, and I did that
I think
myself because our team was losing. It was like capture or something, and we almost won the game, but we couldn't get in because of Junkrat, because he was off in another corner, just throwing down tires at people.
And I think everybody they used Reinhardt and Bastion, and you would set those up, and it would be an unstoppable force. I think some of the things that needs to happen is Reinhardt needs to get nerfed too, with his little magical shield of deflectness.
I don't know. I thought that
no,
was
because there are easy ways around that. You can get
it's a
around
good
it so
ability.
easily.
But I think it should be on a timer, and I think somebody
And it
suggested
is.
for. Oh, is it on a timer?
It runs out eventually.
Okay, maybe we weren't using it long enough because that never happened to us.
But one of the things about Bastion is that there's that one map style where it's payload, where you have to, deliver the card to the other end of the map.
Oh, yeah.
Bastion would just sit on top of that, and you couldn't get near the payload. So the only thing is, if they could somehow make it to where Bastion could not sit on top of the car, he could sit on it, but as soon as it started moving, he just slides right off. I think that would fix a lot of issues.
Having a little force field around that the car, because even though I was using Bastion, other people were using Bastion and just abusing that part of that. And I think if they nerf that, or they put a little tiny force field around it, it would help make that game play a little bit better.
Although,
yeah, I agree.
One of my favorite things that we did with Bastion, we were just randomly, I don't remember why we did it. We were either losing or we didn't know, I don't know what led to it, but we all decided, hey, let's all 6 of us be Bastion and just tank over to the other field, the other player, the other team's side of the field, and just blow them up. And honestly, it was really fun to do, just as a little try. Yeah. And it was hilarious because you had 6 Bastions just rolling out.
I mean, honestly, if that happened to me, I would be like, I don't even know what to do.
Well, and then the thing is, they went and did it too, so we had 12 Bastions on the map.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
Those are people that have a great sense of humor.
Yeah, and they were troops about it. And then we went to kind of a regular thing midway through. We totally lost, but it was definitely fun.
Lame. If you're gonna go 6 Bastions, you do that the entire game.
No, at one point we switched to Reaper halfway through for a few minutes, and then we just all did our own different things because I can't stay away from my darling Widow for too long.
Yes, classic.
All right, so favorite characters. So hers is
Widowmaker.
Widow. Mine's Bastion.
I think mine is. I think mine's a tie between Hanzo and Widowmaker.
Okay. Although by the end of the beta, I was getting kind of attached to Mercy. I'm not a big healer or support type, but I liked her playstyle.
Yeah. The healers, I was surprised. Some of the healers were actually really fun to play.
Well, some of the healers weren't even healers. They were support. Like the DJ Disco whatever guy who looked like the guy from Big Hero 6.
He did. Wasabi.
I don't know. I just find him comical.
I had a hard time playing as him, but I usually don't play.
You have to watch out when he dropped the
these
beat,
style-
though. Oh my god, he dropped a beat.
I have a hard time like playing these games, and I think like Bastion was, for me, one of the easiest characters to just start playing.
Well, I mean,
picking up and
it's
playing.
like I feel like that's just classic FPS. You know, here's a guy who has an automatic weapon, who has, you know, his special is what is it? It's
tank.
Rock.
It's literally a tank
mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like that's really easy for people to relate to, especially him and I can't remember that character's name.
What did he do?
the guy with the self heal, and he just had like a machine gun. And,
Agent 76.
Yeah.
I think it's Agent 76.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Something like that. 76.
Yeah.
I feel like he was
Soldier?
another character that, you know, would be a great transition character for people who are just, you know, normally playing FPS games to.
And that's what they give you in
Get
the
an idea.
tutorial, too. They give you 76.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, I'm really looking forward to this game coming out, and
May 24th.
I don't know. Like, I'm excited to see if they have new game modes, too.
I
You
would
know, feel
imagine
like-
in the future they would. Although,
Yeah, I think-
no matter what you thought of the game itself, you have to admit that beta, it had a great turnout. It was, so
did.
far, it's been the biggest ever that they actually have recorded statistics for. I mean, there ended up
It
being
has
9.7 million players. And even if that's just, you know, someone like, you know, you, Chris, who just tried it out, there was still 4 billion minutes of playtime. Or sorry, 4.9 billion. I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah. Victoria, you should have seen how defeated Chris just looked when you beat him to that statistic. He looked just so sad.
Listen,
I
I love
wanna-
this game,
since-
so I'm going to have stats about it.
So I got some other stats that were here.
Such
that I
as
was gonna compare that
Division and
stat.
Battlefront statistics.
You
How they
were
played up
reading
in the beta?
same article. That is amazing.
How Division had
So-
6.4 million players compared to Overwatch's 9.7 million.
Hey, Victoria, how many did Destiny have?
Destiny actually had 4.6 billion.
Oh, this is so funny.
Battlefront ended up with 9.5 million.
Victoria, you don't have to keep going. He's not even reading it anymore.
He just, I just imagine him just like throwing his arms up, leaving. Just, I'm out, I'm done.
He's thinking about it. He's definitely thinking about it. Oh,
On the edge of my
goodness.
seat now.
Oh, Chris just became a much better friend of mine because I just got a look at his wallpaper on his phone.
What was
And Victoria, I'll give you 3 guesses as to what Chris's wallpaper is. That
Can I get
is something
some
that I
sort
really.
of hint as to what direction I should be going in?
It's video game themed.
Okay, knowing you, I'm gonna say it's probably something Nintendo related, so maybe Legend of Zelda.
Oh my God! First
Nailed
guess.
it.
Nailed it. First guess. That's how you know someone, everyone. That's how you know someone.
Mine is I got Meg Turney for my lock screen, and I think I've shown this picture to people, but it's a Photoshop of Jeff in a ball pit that's like "Live Your Dreams" or something like that.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's "Follow Your Dreams." My bad. And I thought it was just
So,
beautiful, and it fit perfectly on my phone, so I had to just set it up. And his face is beautiful. Plus, he has the
We
really
might ha-
curly mustache.
Oh yes, that's a must-have for any wallpaper. So Chris, I'm gonna let you tell everyone what my lock screen and background are.
I'm gonna go with like it's a high res picture of.
All right, he's thinking way
Some-
too hard about it. It is
Okay.
the default
Oh.
wallpapers
What?
and lock screens that
do
you get with
do
the
you
phone.
not know how to edit your phone?
I do. I like these because they're the same resolution as the screen, so they look really good.
So what you do
And-
is you look up, like if you want Legend of Zelda wallpapers, you look them up for the style of phone screen you have, the phone
I
screen
know,
size.
but it's like I don't know. Honestly, sometimes it's like if there's too much going on in my wallpaper, I feel like I can't see my apps. I don't know. It's just it's a thing.
I
I'll
don't
tell
know
you what,
people who have this issue. Then you change it.
Victoria, I don't want to hear it. All right.
I'm gonna
I'll
take
tell
your
you what-
phone this
I'll tell you what we're
Saturday
gonna
and
do.
change your screen.
All right. I'll tell you what we're gonna do is we'll make a post on Facebook or Twitter
On
and we'll
what
have
to
people
change
make
your background to.
suggestion-
Yes.
Yes. And we'll get like top 3 choices, and then we'll put it to a vote.
No, the thing is, we
And
have
that'll be-
to put some sort of milestone for it, though. We can't just like 3 people decide they want to participate and it's like, all right, that's it. No,
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we need some sort of
If
milestone.
we get like
and
if
I
we
think
get
if
like
we
50
hit
votes for
like
one.
some really good mark, they can change it to whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, and if it's
If it's a
something I
picture
don't
of a
like,
dick,
I'll
it's
keep
a
it.
picture of a dick.
It'll be a picture of a dick for a week. All right. So
Do we all get a suggestion as to what your picture is going to be?
okay, I'm gonna tell this to you all right now. Please make your suggestion good. If you suggest that I put a picture of a penis on my phone, I'm gonna be pissed.
You do realize what... So, remember how we went back to this conversation before? Where if you mention that please do not pick said item, that the people will pick
That is
said
what they
item.
will do. That's just like
do not,
one of the
for
top
love
5
of
internet
God,
rules.
do not pick the Triforce or Hylian Crest from The Legend of Zelda, because it will make me mad.
I mean, look at my picture's pretty good. I
I
mean,
know.
it's a little bit out of...
It doesn't fit the phone. That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, you get the idea of it.
Well, okay, that's not what I'm going for, Chris. I'm not like, oh, if you look at my phone, you get the idea of a, beautiful landscape. I realize that it's just a tree, but you should see the whole forest that's behind it. That's what I'm saying. All right? I'm not dissing your picture. I love that it's the Hylian Crest, but like part of the wings on it are off the screen, which just bugs me. I realize it doesn't bug you, but it bugs me. We're still friends, right?
Man.
He shrugged his shoulders at me. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So yeah, we'll have to get that going because I'm interested in what people have to say. I'm interested to see what people's like actual
Suggestions are?
good suggestions.
Well,
are
we'll
gonna
have to
be.
figure out what kind of milestone we want to do, though.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be something
we'll put
related to
something
this
together.
Saturday. If we can
There you
get
go.
so many people to show up or something,
There you go.
then we'll hold a contest for it.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I have to think of a picture for you.
15 seems
be
to be a
rough.
good number
Be nice,
of
come
people
on.
that we usually have at meetups. So I think if we can get 15 people at
Oh, we're
Dave and
definitely
Buster's
gonna have
this
15
weekend in
people.
Jacksonville, I think that's a nice little mark to make.
You heard it here, folks. 15 people in Jayville, and we get to change my wallpaper on my phone.
I have the perfect picture idea for you.
I want to hear it.
You're gonna have to wait.
I'm gonna have to wait. Just tell. I want to know now.
I gotta see if it exists.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be disgusting.
It's not disgusting. It's PG.
It's what kind of PG picture wouldn't exist?
Because the internet didn't make it.
Oh my gosh.
It's the internet. It probably exists.
Yeah. What is a? Oh wait, no, that's a different rule. Never mind.
I want to know what rule you were thinking of now.
I'm thinking of Rule 43.
Oh no.
Okay, so Chris is on his phone right now, and he's looking at pictures of Michael Jackson. And now it's pictures of Link. What are you doing? I don't understand what I'm looking at here.
Well, anyway,
Don't worry about it.
while
We're
he's
gonna-
doing that, I just want to point out that I was really excited because, like, maybe 30 minutes before we started this, I got an email from Steam that's like, oh, an item in your wish list has gone on sale. Witcher 3 is 50% off on Steam right now.
Really?
Yes, I'm excited about that because I'm currently haven't played any of the Witcher series, but I wanted to get into it. Heard Witcher 3 is a great one to jump into because you don't need to know anything about any of the other games.
Which is
I have
nice.
been watching someone do playthroughs on YouTube. Maluka, she's a really fan favorite of mine. She does video games and music covers. She's, actually been contracted by different games to do in-game music. She did, actually in Tamriel Online, she actually got 2 Bard songs that she got to write and sing that got put into the game.
That's pretty
So
cool.
she's doing Witcher 3 right now as a playthrough. And been watching her do it. Looks like a great game. Makes me really want to play it. And now I finally get that chance. And maybe I'll be able to stream it on Twitch now that I started doing that.
There you go. That'd be cool. I'd love to pick that game up. Speaking of Steam sales, they just released Final Fantasy X and X-2 on Steam, and they're on sale, which I'm pretty pumped for because I've been wanting to play that for a while now, but I didn't want to go out and have to buy a PS2 or What is it? They're releasing for PS4 also. So that'll be really nice to be able to play that on Steam.
It's always nice when they
Especially-
do things like that.
Especially because I have a life goal to play every numbered Final Fantasy game ever.
That's gonna take a while, I bet. What, before
Yes, it is.
before 15 comes out, or
No, just
eventually?
Just eventually, like so that by the time the next Final Fantasy game's coming out,
Do you have to
I've already beat
finish
all the
all of
previous
these
ones.
games, or just play them if you
Yes.
don't like them, then move on to the next one?
I have to finish them.
Oh my god. Good luck getting through
know.
14, because that's MMO.
Well, that's true. Maybe non-MMOs, because 12, or was it, no. Yeah, 12 was an MMO.
I don't
right?
remember.
Or was it 11? One of those was an MMO, so I'd say probably no MMOs.
Although I will say, actually, there was a lot of hate for 14. Granted, when it first came out. When it first came out, it was crap.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I absolutely love it now. That they fixed everything. The
for
gameplay, the fighting style, the different classes. Fantastic.
Definitely. Oh, man, Chris, so I want to talk about E3 a little bit, too. So, is there anything you guys are really looking forward to at E3?
Whether Nintendo is actually going to make any announcements. Oh, Hideo Kojima, actually. I want to know if he's going to be at E3 now, that he's done his own
yeah.
production company.
I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't be there. I mean,
Exactly,
unless they
but
just
it
don't have
hasn't been
anything to announce
announced
right now.
yet, and it's like, what, almost a month away? Thereabout?
Yeah. It's less than a month away.
less than-
That's
month.
enough for a very vague trailer.
In which
What was that?
which he might
That's
end
enough
up
time
doing.
for a very vague trailer.
Yeah.
For anything.
He just either needs some.
Honestly, he
some
could
sort of
show
scrolling
up
text
and
and a
just like
picture.
go to someone's booth or something, or someone's someone's conference, show yeah, like you said, a vague trailer, walk off, and he will have the most massive hype.
Oh yeah, or he could just come with like flyers.
For a game that will take 3 to 5 years for him to make.
Seriously. I'm telling you, yeah, maybe just like print off a picture, and then he can just like pass them out
Yeah.
to people.
Okay,
and they're
Pass them out on
He
flyers.
kind of
like,
did that
support
for
my
his
game.
logo, though.
Support my
he
game.
did that for his logo. He just kind of like
know, right?
posted it on the internet. It's like, hey, this is a thing. And
This is
then
a
he
thing.
explained it like a week later. Kind of.
I know, right? So he just needs to do that again, except with a game. Oh man, I'm just excited to have Legend of Zelda news. If I'm being honest.
If they actually give it out, though.
No. They said that that's like all. Okay, here's the thing.
Oh, yeah,
They
no,
said that's
sorry.
all
I
they're
forgot they were going
doing.
to. Yeah.
Which I don't know how I feel. And they're not having an event. They're not doing a live press conference, which they haven't done for the last 2 or 3 years. But they're also not having a Nintendo Direct. So it's like all we're getting is a treehouse, live treehouse, which is like,
who goes for that, honestly?
I know, right? As soon as the treehouse comes on, I'm gone. So it's like they're starting with a thing that I don't even watch. I don't know. I'm gonna get my news. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna get my hype ready, and I'm just gonna move on and sit in a corner until NX news comes out, I guess. Sit and play Fallout 4, which, to my shame, I have not even started yet.
The new DLC just came out
Yeah,
like
one of
last
the largest-
night,
oh.
didn't it?
Yeah, it came out. Well, it came out today.
Well,
It's
yeah.
one of the
Well,
largest
some people got it
DLCs
released at
ever created.
midnight,
That's awesome.
or
And especially for
even before then, I think.
Fallout.
So yeah, I guess now's a
Flash.
better time than any to start it.
I just started playing. What is it called? The most recent DLC pack
For
with the,
Fallout 4?
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it deals with the Mechanist.
Oh yeah.
And that's very entertaining. I like.
Have
building
not
stuff in
touched
there.
any of them yet. Honestly, haven't even finished the game yet, just because I think I got
Yeah.
swept up in like 3 other ones that I probably haven't even finished those yet. No, I haven't, because I haven't even finished Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through the main storyline. For reference, I'm like level 42 now.
Yeah, I'm around there as
So-
well. Not that you don't know what happens in the end, but it's a matter of actually finishing it and seeing for
Yeah,
yourself,
it's-
making
it's
the
the buildup
decision
of it.
about whether you want to join the Institute or not.
Thanks, Internet, for ruining Fallout 4, even though it's my job for slacking since it's been out
Yeah.
for about 8 months now. So,
Same here.
thanks, Internet.
Same here. So, I have a question for you guys. Have you guys ever watched any of those YouTube videos called like oddly satisfying compilations?
Not oddly
Is-
satisfying, but
Yeah, they're things of like taffy being pulled, or I don't know, like somebody like setting something up in a perfect grid.
I
or,
feel like
someone
this
made,
is
like, this
visual
big...
ASMR stuff.
That is exactly what it is. I think I watched those videos for a good 30 minutes. Like, you know, oddly satisfying compilation 1, 2, 3, 4. And like after half an hour, I was like, what just happened? Like, what just happened
you
to
lost
me?
you lost like a good portion of your life that you will never get back.
I know, but it was oddly satisfying. Like, you're watching it, you're like, oh my gosh. Like, this is really, like when somebody like, I'm trying to think of one example that's really nice. Like when things are just like lined up perfectly, or when, I'm trying to think of another good example.
These sound all like nightmares.
I
to me.
just I don't know if this would
Why?
count,
Why
but
does it
I
sound
just
like a
like
nightmare?
kind of angled each of my game packs, like they were stacked in like on top of each other. I just kind of angled them so it looks like they're spiraling. That looks pretty visual ASMR to me.
Exactly.
All right,
All right, so
we're
I
just
pulled
about
up,
to watch this now.
All right, so let's find this one's got 3 million views. So this is
That means it's definitely popular.
Yeah, be sure
yes,
to
Chris,
save that
according
link and you can
to-
put it in a link dump for people
Okay,
who
yeah, so
don't
this is
know
Otis-
what you're talking about.
oddly satisfying compilation on YouTube. So this is like some crazy cup holder that just came out. This is a ball that like fits perfectly through a pipe. I don't know, it's just like, you're right, it's just like oddly I don't know how to describe it without just telling you the title. You know what I mean? So
You watched an hour of this?
half an hour.
Half an
relax.
hour?
Let me find a good one. It's just like, here's one of those it's like this group of Japanese men that do like synchronized walking, where they're all in like a grid and they start walking one direction and they're all moving, and then they like there's
Isn't
two
that-
groups of them and they like mesh through each other.
Isn't that just China's
So
military?
like Marching Band 101.
They're definitely not the military. They're all in suits. We would have nothing to worry about if China's military worked like this. So, I don't know. If you get a chance, check it out, because it's just like, it's mind-boggling how you can just sit there and then, 5 minutes goes by and you're like, wait, what just happened to me? So, my recommendation, check it out. We'll put a link somewhere where you can go check this out, because it's just nuts. Let's see. So, Chris, you got anything left to talk about?
I didn't
in
have
your list?
I didn't have anything else after this, but I know you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I know I have a
the,
few
$1 million
announcements I would
what?
like to make about just the group in general if no one has anything else.
The last thing I had was $1 million butt.
Yes,
You guys all pre-ordered that, right?
Yep.
'Cause
absolutely.
That looks freaking amazing.
What level did everyone go for?
I just went for the $35 level.
Yeah, same.
I got the challenge coin level for 75.
I wanted to do that, but it's like, I don't have any challenge coins, so it's not like I have a collection.
I got
or
the laser
anything.
team challenge coin, so I figure I might as well do this one too.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So, I don't know. I thought about it, but I was like, I just need the packs. And I've been wanting to do those achievements, too, where you, like, make a video of yourself,
Maybe we
having
can,
a date
maybe we
with
can do
Hitler.
one this Saturday then at the
that would
the
be
meetup.
perfect. I'm
Maybe
trying
we
to
can
think. I don't
one
know.
for the whole group, and then you can go off and do your own. No one
That's
cares
right.
about that.
Well, you're not wrong. So that made me think about, I think it would be fun to maybe on Saturday do like a round of $1 million butt,
Oh,
Just get in a
absolutely.
circle and have everyone come up with something, because I feel like those are really easy to put together.
We do a lot of
How hard is
those
it to think about
on those
something
mini
stupid
meetups
for
that
people
we
to do?
have. We'll just do it. We'll just randomly start a game $1 million, but we'll go around the table and see who's going to be, a multi-millionaire and who's going to be broke as hell.
Who's gonna be a multi-millionaire with stupid shit happening to them all the time?
Exactly.
One I was just thought of, and
Well,
I don't know,
let's do it.
It's not the best, but I want to hear what you guys think. So $1 million, but
It's a lot of money.
your fingers become hot dogs, and like these are hot dogs that you can eat. They're ready to go anytime, but they don't really have any rigidity, so picking stuff up is going to be hard. And if you take a bite of one, after a year it turns back into your finger, but you're missing that portion of your fingers. You got to be careful that, like, you know, if you're like, oh, petting a dog, that's so nice, and then suddenly takes one of your fingers, that finger's gone as soon as it comes back.
No.
Do the hot dogs go bad after a while? Because, you know, it is food.
They do not. They have the best preservatives out there in them.
Why is that even a question? It should just be no.
What do you mean?
No.
Give $1 million. All
right, so
you just wear like chainmail gloves so that nothing can get bitten off.
Here's why. Your hands are hot dogs. Hot dogs are not the best smelling things uncooked. They're uncooked, right? Are they cooked?
They can be whatever you want. They can be cooked or they can be uncooked, whichever's more preferable.
Does your hand regenerate after?
Yeah. After a year, your fingers come back.
After you smoke them.
you gotta protect your hot dog fingers because after a year, you'll get your regular fingers back. But any piece of the hot dog that's missing, that piece of your finger is gonna be missing. You could end up with a bunch of
Remember how much you like pizza? Yeah, you can't really pick up pizza with hot dogs for hands.
Wait, is it hands or
not
just
about
fingers?
practicality.
Because I could totally
Just
like
fingers.
hand my way through eating a pizza.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on. You probably don't even need hands to eat pizza. All right.
Okay, no. Okay, well, let me ask this.
Chris, I think you're being a little too
cats.
critical.
So, like, if my cats were, like, to scratch my hot dog fingers, would those scratches thus be on my fingers when they came back?
Yeah, but I mean, scratches heal. You know, you're not going to regenerate half a finger, but, you know, a scratch will be fine.
Then, yeah, I would totally do
now, if
this
your
for
cats
$1
ate your
million.
finger,
That would be the thing. Is like, say that you're like, you go to bed at night. You would have to like tuck your hands in somewhere so you don't wake up and your cat's gnawing on your fingers.
What if anybody else eats them?
No, then you just get some some chainmail gloves or something like that. Just wear them for a year.
Yeah, that would be super weird. Like, say you're like, 5 seconds away. Like, all right, 5 more seconds, and these hot dogs are becoming fingers again. And someone comes by and takes a bite, and they regenerate. That person's got a piece of a finger in their mouth.
Now, do your hands shoot out hot dogs?
What?
Do they shoot out hot dogs? This is a very important question now.
Are you asking me if your hand shoots out your hot dog
Yeah.
fingers?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Oh,
For my enemies.
Why? So you can shoot a hot dog at someone. You're sacrificing your finger.
No. Well, like they regenerate. Like
they don't regenerate though. That's the thing.
What if you shoot them out? They regenerate.
No, that destroys the entire
I like to change
purpose.
this hypothetical situation and put it into my.
Okay, how about this? How about you
hypothetical
make
situation.
$1 million question and we will answer it.
Well, anyway,
Okay.
I would absolutely do yours, Will. I would totally have hot dog fingers for a year for $1 million.
That's no question. Me too.
No. Nope.
Well, Chris, Victoria and I have $1 million and you have nothing, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but you also have hot dogs for hands with the possibility of your hand or your fingers not regenerating.
I don't
Chainmail
see a
gloves,
downside to this. I'll just get prosthetics.
I
if
see
it
a lot of
happens.
downsides.
Oh yeah, I mean we're robot hand. Come on, please.
Beep bop boop beep.
All right, Chris, let's hear it.
I don't have $1 million by question
Victoria,
because
you
I didn't
got
come
one?
up with
I don't. It takes me time to think these. I'm terrible at them. This is why we need the
Saturday.
game, so we can
this is
come
why
up
we
with
need the
something
game.
on the fly.
Shameless plug: if you have not backed $1 Million Bud on Kickstarter, go ahead and do that. Yeah,
Shame.
for shame. Shame to you and your family. All right, well, I think that's it. I think do we want to start wrapping things up and?
We got to wrap up.
Yeah, I think it's about time. It's been
about an
We've
hour.
been going
Yeah, it's
just
an hour.
under an hour. It's been about 55 minutes now. Just hit that mark.
perfect.
Oh
I think
yeah.
it's time to we can wrap up this little puppy.
All right,
Send it
well,
off to the kids.
so just 2 announcements on my end. So this Saturday, the 21st, we have the North RT Florida meetup in Jacksonville at the Dave & Buster's there. There's more information on the Facebook page as well as the RT Florida page on the RT site. So, that's open to everyone. If you're interested, swing by. We're going to be starting around 5 o'clock. We're going to be having games, drinking beer, eating food, just having a great time. So if you're interested, we'd love to see you there. Go ahead and RSVP on the Facebook page and
Win some pencil erasers.
win some pencil erasers. I mean, everyone knows that one pencil eraser is 100 tickets, and 100 tickets is about $5.
Woot woot.
So conversion rate's pretty good there.
Except if you're really bad at games.
Well, that's your fault.
You need to play the games where you win, like skee ball, where you
Skee
just
ball,
like, you
or
get tickets
like
no matter what.
the one where you have to get like the balls in the basket, like through the different things, and
There you go.
Are you talking about basketball? Like what's
no,
Oh. Yes.
no, it's totally different. It's not basketball. It's like in a game, and it's got like cases, and it's like you drop a ball from the top, and it like goes down through these pegs, and you control this basket at the bottom.
No, Victoria, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Right?
it's not basketball. I realized now that it sounded a lot like basketball, but it's not.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you got to play that game where you put the ball in the net and the hoop and the and it spins occasionally.
Jeez. Another announcement is that most likely this Sunday is going to be our Rooster Rumble match against RT Ontario. We're going to be competing in Rocket League, so I believe we have most of the slots filled for the competition. However, we're going to be streaming this on Twitch, so we'd love to have you guys check out the stream and root for our competitors to defeat our neighbors up north.
Now that Jake's not doing it, we need to see who's going to stream it.
If you are a master at Rocket League, feel free to hit us up on Facebook or the RT site and throw your name into the hat, because we'd love to have you.
Yes,
And you're good at streaming.
And you're good at streaming.
No, honestly, all you need is a stable connection. You can use like the Twitch Snap stream. That's all you need to do.
Preferably a wired connection, because as I found, you can't stream wirelessly when your router's upstairs.
Well, that's just
at least on my end.
That's just a different issue.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a personal issue that I've been dealing with for quite some time.
But
I don't mean to project that on the rest of you.
On top of announcements, just posted today, there's also MegaCon happening next week in Orlando. A really big convention for Florida, probably apart from the Tampa Bay Comic-Con. We're going to have an RT Florida meetup on Friday, just to have everyone get together, chat, meet new fans if there is anyone new, and just talk and get a group photo, because a lot of people are going to be in cosplay and things like that. I know there's also a Ruby meetup happening that day at the convention, and they're doing that at 12:30, I believe. So we'll probably do it right after that, so we can kind of pull people over to our side if they don't know us. Be like, hey, we're RT Florida, and we do cool stuff.
We do cool stuff. That's a great. It's a great line,
Tagline.
Victoria. Use that every time. I want that on a business card.
Actually, I think I might tweet that out here.
What was that picture
Dude.
you sent me
We
about
do
your
cool stuff.
card mock-up? It was like
It was pretty
crudely
terrible.
drawn, like rooster and teeth. It was like,
Oh yeah.
I have that saved as a picture, and it's like we
uh,
do things or something like that.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Oh no, here it
Alright.
is. Here it is. Yeah, RT_Florida. We do things, and crudely drawn rooster and teeth with an orange in it.
I know, right? I mean,
It had
I
all
thought
our
it looked good.
information. It was right to the point. It had a depiction of our logo. All in all, not bad. Could use a bit of sprucing up, but
it was very kind of you to call it a depiction and not
rather
something
than
else.
just a shit
1 out of
stain.
5.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. So, any other announcements before
think
we
we're good
before
on
you
my
head
end.
out?
Well, obviously, we beat good old Georgia, our friends up north.
Suck it, Georgia. We love you.
That state up north. I don't want to call them friends.
We had some fun playing though. They
They're acquaintances.
they joined us the rest of that night for another semi-match of Capture the Tower, and then some Grand Theft Auto later that night.
I
It
was
was
very
a
proud of that map.
Fun time.
You see they made Capture the Tower for Halo 5 now?
Yeah, I did see that. That's awesome. That was a great Let's Play.
So yeah, other than that, obviously you mentioned the Ontario. They're a cool group of people-ish.
We're actually
Even though
getting
they're
someone
bad
from
at
Ontario
People-ish.
coming down to
They're-
Florida for a year. So
They're bad at trash talking though, so they need to up that game.
they need to get up to like Maine's level and was
There
it
you
Rhode
go.
Island and all them. Washington,
Whoever
I
would've
think.
thought- Whoever would
Was
have
it Washington or was it
Island would be a
Wisconsin?
place good
I
at
can't
smack
remember. It was
talk.
something with a W.
Do they? I mean, can they even smack talk though? Are they legally allowed to smack talk up there?
Canucks?
And I
Yeah.
don't know.
No,
I think
not
it's
them,
too
but,
mean.
The Maine and like Rhode Island, like
I mean,
they're
yeah,
not
I
even
think so.
states.
They're not even states.
Have you been up there?
Maine,
Don't.
Rhode Island, we love you. We're just kidding.
I'm gonna have to tell Tasha and Caitlin you said that now.
Oh, get wrecked.
Oh man, really scared. Can't wait to see what trash talk they're gonna come at me with.
We'll find out, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
They're not even states.
Chris, you need to calm down.
So yeah, you can follow us on Twitter, RT_Florida, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
And don't forget
Yeah.
the biggest thing to do, follow us on the Rooster Teeth group. That is where we put absolutely all of the information you would like to know on what we do. It's where if you want to know something, if you want to get a hold of someone, that's where you do it.
Most definitely. We try our
Or
best.
Facebook.
We try
No.
to direct everything back to the RT site.
And
because
that's what
where
we need to
have a
start
majority of our
doing
stuff.
because yes, Facebook has its uses. Twitter is great for jibing everyone, and but I think we need to come back to the group because that's what we're about. You got to go back
Oh,
to
yeah.
the main site, man. Come on.
I know, right? You gotta represent. All right.
It'd be nice
Hear
if
me,
we get
Chris?
the goddamn chat feature in our group, though.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
I think that would
love-
make things way easier.
I love event scheduling too. That would be awesome,
If-
especially with how
If
big
it was
the
different than
communities
it was
are now.
now, yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So you
I
didn't just
remember-
have
I
to
think
constantly
you
spam
scheduled
people
an
with
event.
links.
Yeah, I was gonna say you scheduled an event and it took me forever to find the page, and as soon as I left it, I couldn't find it again. So probably not the best design. All right, well, I think if there's nothing else, I think we'll go ahead and end here. We would like to thank Victoria for being an awesome guest on the Slightly Off podcast. Victoria, you are awesome.
Thank you. Proud to be here.
Oh, yeah,
I
where-
know I'm so
where can
good.
they,
You guys are going to
oh.
have to have me again.
Oh, we are, most definitely.
Oh, we will. Don't worry about it. So just to remind everybody, like where they can find us personally.
Kind of worried about
I
it.
am on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at That's How UF Rolls. Don't worry about that part. And then I'm on the RT site as Chris_G.
And you can find me on the RT side at WB Spartan, and my Twitter handle is at WillBrewer20.
And I'm really simple. I keep everything uniform. You can find me at ArnettV, ARNETT, because no one knows how to spell my last name.
I still don't.
No.
What a great friend.
Everything I have is just
whoa,
ArnettV.
whoa.
I love that about me.
So much holier than thou. Now, Victoria, I think you're probably in a position that most of us want to be in. Having that consistency makes it easy to find people.
Mm-hmm.
I like being different. If you can't tell.
That's what he tells himself. All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you next time. See you later.
Bye.
Be awesome at being awesome and doing awesome stuff. Awesome.